they're completely independent now, I guess, and his other band, Fortune Child, is, and we were talking about King Buffalo, which I know you're
Mm,
familiar as well, but yeah, they're all independent, um, fairly successful. And it's like if you guys can, if bands can do this, this has been going across our podcast lately, this whole
mm,
thematic thing, because watching these bands be somewhat successful and master that business side of the basically the new record industry, which is you,
yeah.
is really inspiring to see that kind of stuff. A lot of artists struggle with the business side of it, so it's like it's good to see that bands can figure it out pretty quickly. It's like Clutch was, one of the first ones to actually you know, put their own music out on their own label and become
Yeah.
super successful doing it. Usually it's the other way around. People kind of
Uh,
falter, but and then they kind of set the template, man. I think they even did that before Metallica did it. And now that all these big bands are doing
yeah.
it.
Like Descendants, and all they cut and run from, I can't remember where they were living. It was like St. Louis or somewhere. I can't, but they got some like, pretty hefty record deal, and they moved to Fort Collins, Colorado, and built the blasting room, and like they had a huge house and like lived there and kind of, treated it like their you know the home and jam space and recording studio and stuff. I find stuff like that super inspiring for
Yeah,
sure.
badass. Yeah. I mean, yeah, I mean, and it's setting the template for even smaller bands. It's like if
Yeah,
those guys can do it, that means we can do it just
yeah,
on a smaller scale, and then build your brand that way.
yeah.
So,
It helps if you don't have like kids or
oh,
you
sure,
don't mind,
sure,
like
yeah, yeah,
slumming it on tour a little bit, but yeah, you get a little bit older and it's like,
yeah, yeah.
got bills to pay. But
Grind.
I see, like, bands like King Buffalo or this band Cheek Face from LA is one of my favorite bands.